Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back. As always, your boy, Steven Musteris. I hope every single one of you guys are doing good. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are having a good holiday season and whatnot. I mean, for myself, it's your boy's birthday tomorrow, and my lady and I are expecting here a little baby girl here in a couple months. So, over here, man, it's the Blessed Express, man. Shouts out to Max Holloway. But this weekend, UFC 323, there's about 4 or 5 fights that I could have sat here and made videos on and talked about them and everything, but why not just sit here and just try to predict most of the fights here this weekend? So let's see if we can make some people some money, or let's see if we can just get lucky, make myself some money or something. But I want to just take the time out. I usually don't really care about talking early prelims, but I just had to take a second, man. Out of all the years that I thought Marvin Vettori had unwarranted, main event spots, co-main event spots, main card spots, that I'm just like, come on, man, it's Marvin Vettori. He doesn't deserve this. This man's finally back on the early prelims, and I can't help but pick him just because of the experience and whatnot over Bruno Fiera. So, I mean, you guys can pick who you want to do. I know if you're looking at records, you're probably going to go with Bruno, who's only got 2 losses, but Marvin Vettori is just a player, man. He's been in there with all of them. He's been in there with Izzy how many times, been in there with the killers of the division. So, I mean, I know he's getting older, but I feel like he's still pretty young. I think he's only like 32 still. He's just been fighting forever. So I'm going with him. And again, man, another early prelim fight that I just have to take a second to shout out. I know he's been fighting in the UFC for 45 years, but Edson Barbosa, Jalen Turner this weekend, I'm really not mad at that, man. I'm really not at all. I actually think I like this fight a lot. Penny, what are you doing? I really like this fight a lot. I think I like Jalen Turner. I know he's going through his weird. I think I fell out of love with the sport. I think I'm going into retirement. I think I'm done. Like whenever you hear that from a fighter, I hate it for the championship experience. I just don't think it's going to happen ever. I don't think he's going to fully reach that max potential because he's already putting limits to himself. But I still think he's got enough to take out Edson Barbosa. Like let's be honest. So and then if we move into the prelims, it's kind of crazy to talk about this one because Macy Barber, just a year ago, it felt like this girl was about to take over. It was about to run. It was finally about to like reach her potential. And then this weird health scare, weight cut issue. I don't know what happened just this past year, but the UFC clearly must know something or must think something very poorly of this woman to put her back on the prelim. So she's fighting Corrine Silva. I still got to go with my girl Macy Barber. I think she gets it done. She's still a killer. Unless this health thing is something serious and she comes out here just a shell of herself, this girl always brings the aggression. Got to go with her. And then we move on to the next fight. T-Rex, Terrence McKinney, who's had I think a combined, his last 4 or 5 fights have been like 45 seconds or something crazy. He's been knocking people out left and right under 30 seconds. It's been insane. He goes up against Chris Duncan. I got faith in Chris Duncan's wrestling to really make this happen, but man, if we're talking Terrence McKinney, he's either gonna knock somebody out in 30 seconds, or he's gonna be a receiving end of like a top 10 ESPN highlight reel knockout. He's either going to sleep or he's killing somebody. So I'd probably go with Terrence McKinney, crazy knockout or getting knocked out in the first 30 seconds. You can't go wrong with either one that you pick. Grant Dawson, who a couple years ago before he got beat by Bobby Green, I really was thinking high level of him, the wrestling, the pedigree, all these. I was really expecting high things. Him against Manuel Torres this weekend. Can never go wrong with your Mexican pride, but I got to be honest, man. I just think Grant Dawson gets it done. He's too much of a wrestler. I just think he gets it done too easy. 3-round decision easily. Jan Blachowicz, oh my God, shouts out to him making a return against Bogdan Guskov, who is a killer. I know Jan hasn't fought in 2 years, it feels like. 3 years now, it feels like. And I know Guskov's a killer. Jan Blachowicz he's just the Polish power. I'm going with the Polish power all day until I see him get slept. Triple C, Henry Cejudo. This man goes against Peyton Talbot. I still don't understand the fight. I can kind of understand it if we're talking like the John Cena retirement in a weird way, where John Cena's trying to fight the younger guys, bring them up, like Kurt Angle gave him a chance and all this stuff. So it is kind of weird that Henry Cejudo wouldn't go out against, somebody like Dominic Cruz or somebody that more of his level. I know they fought before, but, somebody more of a legend. And of course not. He goes, no, I'm going to go out there and take on somebody new. It sounds like it's his last fight. And let's be honest, the matchup against Peyton Talbot, I think this works really well for Henry Cejudo. 3 rounds, probably won't get gassed like Marab did to him. I do love this fight for Henry Cejudo. I just think this could be, although Peyton Talbot just a year ago, it feels like we just talked about how he was just exposed and all these things. This could be right. This could be the rocket ship launch that he needs to go up to the top 10, top 15, top 5, even with knocking out Henry Cejudo. So let's be honest, man. That'd be huge for him. I still dislike Henry Cejudo. I think he gets a done decision. His last fight, I think he puts the gloves down just like he did last time when he was champion. And then here in a couple months when he needs money, I think he fights again. So Brandon Moreno, okay, my man. Oh, blows his knee out or his elbow. And then fighting Tatsuo Otera. Ooh, man. I don't know if I'm talking about my elbow or if I'm talking about this fight. When it comes to Brandon Moreno, though, if you're not Figueiredo or you're not Pantoja, I'm probably not picking you against you. I love Brandon Moreno. I think he's a dog. Don't get me wrong. I think Tatsuro is a killer too. I think I like Brandon Moreno a lot. I think he gets it done. I think he shows off his boxing 3 rounds easily. Pantoja, Joshua Van. I'm pretty sure I saw something was Joshua Van could be the second or third youngest champion of all time if he wins this one. Like you kind of forget that he's that young. I mean, he's been active as hell, so it's kind of forget like, man, he's still so young. But this man Alexander Pantoja, every time I talk about him, every time I do a video talking about who will dethrone who, it's him and Marab that I sit there mostly and go, dude, I don't know if anybody's touching this guy. I think that this is one of those ones. It's when they retire or when they vacate to move up. So I'm gonna go with Pantoja. I think he comes in crazy, but I will say that pressure that this man Pantoja does press on so early just to get to the guys. I know it's crazy, but Joshua Van's boxing is something ridiculous. I would not be shocked at all if he's ready for something like that. And then good old Marab Dvalishvili, Pyotr Yan. I know everybody right now in the world should be picking Marab. I know we saw the first fight, but if we're being honest here, just for shits and giggles, devil's advocate, just to be here and just to give hope to Pyotr Yan. Pyotr Yan and Jose Aldo gave probably 2 best performances of all time against Marab, and Marab still got it done. But I think he went like 13 takedowns of like 45 attempts against Pyotr Yan in the first fight. So I'm not worried about the ground control. I think Marab might get. I think he might probably catch good old Pyotr Yan in something that he wasn't expecting on the feet. It's going to be something crazy, but I think I'm going Marab. And I love Pyotr Yan. I think he's probably got the best chance now that we've already witnessed Corey Sandhagen and Trigashawn O'Malley. The snipers get a chance and it doesn't work. So if Pyotr Yan doesn't get it done, man, I don't know who is beating this man Marab. So you guys let me know. As always, your boy Steven Moose Stairs. Let's go, baby.